While a majority of people in the metro area are working from home, some can't because they've been deemed an essential employee. That includes the men and women who work for the RTA. One woman who works for the agency says that more needs to be done to keep drivers safe. Duke Carter is joining us live from outside of RTA headquarters with this story. And you definitely feel for these workers because I'm sure they're concerned for their health too.
They're concerned for their health, and one woman, Belinda Jones, worked unknowingly when she was tested positive, and that's why she wants leaders at RTA to make sure drivers are safe and that they're paid if they're infected.
I'm out with no pay.
Belinda Jones has been with RTA for 6 years. She delivered patients to dialysis appointments during the coronavirus outbreak. Jones had major concerns after learning her coworkers were impacted.
Because we have drivers that's sick, out sick, that's dying, that have families.
Jones is glad she got tested because she's one of the groups of people who did not show symptoms. She says she was still working, not knowing she was positive. And now she wants leaders at RTA to take more action and make sure employees are safe.
Instead of just doing temperature, you need to really take the actual test because they have so many people. They gave you a few gloves. It was 3 gloves, a mask, and then when they ran out of masks and gloves, they told you to take the mask and spray it when you leave. When you go home, you spray it with Lysol and hang it up and then come back and put it on because they were short.
And after getting her results back, she's been quarantined. The other issue, Jones claims, is RTA not providing pay for employees who get infected.
Sick time on paratransit side, you might get about 4 hours a month. That's not enough. What I'm gonna tell the bill collectors? I have children.
We checked with RTA to find out what they're doing to keep the frontline workers safe, those who are on RTA bus routes. And so they tell us they provided gloves, hand sanitizers, and a mask just to make sure they can interact with the public safely.
In a statement, RTA says, quote, "The addition of plexiglass barriers on our bus fleet is one of the many critical solutions that the team quickly implemented. The team was able to install the barriers to ensure that those operators providing essential service in the city have an additional level of protection while in service," end quote. RTA says any employee infected needs to stay home. And as far as an employee infected, RTA says, quote, "Any absence in excess of the employee's available sick or paid time off will be unpaid," end quote. And in the end, Jones just hopes transit operators are safe.
So again, Miss Belinda Jones, who works for the RTA, is just hoping that those drivers who are impacted with the virus at least can get some sort of pay, hopefully down the road. Now, the RTA, they say they continue to learn more about employees' protections via the CARES Act, and for those employees who work from home or unpaid leave due to the coronavirus. So hopefully something positive will eventually happen down the road. But for now, reporting, Duke Carter, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, we do hope something happens to keep them safe. Thank you very much, Duke.